Good morning. Hello to everyone. Looks like we have 6 people in the room right now. Throw something in the chat. How we doing? And I want to know how everyone's doing in terms of trading this morning, but I want to know if you can hear me and if the stream looks okay. If the stream is good, let me know. You can put something in the chat. Good morning, everyone. Hey, Ahmed, Huzi and Dixit, good morning to you. So I'm excited to do this because I figured out the stream settings. I think things are going to look a lot better for this live stream. So I thought, why don't we just go ahead and do a quality live stream and then break down the trades from today. I took my trades on AMD and I ended up having a double trade day. I had a loser followed by a winner, and I want to show that to you. But I just wanted to see if we could get a few people to pile into the stream, make sure everything is good. And as long as the stream looks okay, we can be good to go. Matt Husi and Dixon, how are you this morning? How is everyone? Looks like we got 3 people in the room right now. We're losing folks, so. All right. Yo, you went long but lost it. Okay, I got you. I'm going to go ahead and bring up the trade from today. So AMD this morning was gapping up, and it was kind of interesting because the SPY this morning was also up, and it had a nice support level below it, and I'll show that to you guys in a bit. I'll get into that. But what I ended up doing was getting triggered to the downside and losing the trade, and then following that, getting triggered to the upside. As many of you know, I like to go ahead and place long and short orders. I want to take advantage of big movers in either direction. So I'm going to go ahead now, and I'm just going to play this, and I want to show you exactly what happened this morning. I sped it up a little bit so it won't be as slow going, but I'm going to hit play here. So you're going to see right here, I flip over, and I've got a short position on. I'm looking to go low right below this candle here. So as it goes short, you can see I'm going to get triggered in there, and there was a little delay in the fill. You're going to see 71 shares come in, and then it's going to expand to 72, and then 1,000. So it's kind of a slower, sloppy fill for me. But what ended up happening was I ended up getting short at 92.05. Right here, I'm editing my stop loss because I want to be ready. If it hits 2.5R, I want to move my stop loss to 2R. And you can see right there, I got kind of rejected. I'm down about 120, 180 bucks. I'm risking $300 on this trade. So I'm just waiting it out, looking for it to drop. I'm either going to take the full loss, or I'm going to take a full winner, or full winner plus some. I get green about $180, $240 right there. So I get ready to move my stop loss, and just in case we get a big push to the downside. And it just kept hanging. It didn't want to break that pre-market low. So it just hung, and then basically just creeps back to the upside. I don't know if any of you took AMD short this morning, but not a big, nothing really happened. It didn't trigger me in and stop me out immediately. It sort of just let me hang around for a bit, but ultimately became kind of a nothing trade. The way it was whipping down, I was sort of thinking that it might continue, have a little continuation, but you're going to see right here, it's going to pop up and then trigger me out. So that was trade number 1 for me. You can see I bought back and covered my short position at $92.30. That put me down on my P&L. You can see right there, I'm down $300. So from here, I flip over and I have a long position, because if the short doesn't work, I like to also take the long. I like to give each direction one shot. So I hit play here. You can see I've got my order to go long. I'm going to set my trigger here to go long at 92.50, and my stop limit goes to 92.60. So from 92.50 to 92.60, I'm willing to take a long. And you'll see right here, really quickly gets pressed up. Got a pretty quick fill in at 92.51. Immediately gonna go ahead and change up that stop so that I'm ready to go. If I see 2.5R on the P&L, which is $750, I'm gonna fire off that change in the stop loss so I can lock in 2R. Then I'll follow up bar by bar moving forward. So I'm watching this press up, and it kind of hung around. It was a little better and having a little more volume, a little more momentum than the downside trade did. But I'm up about 350, drops down now. Well, now okay, almost back to break even there. Then pops right back up into the 300s. Sort of just jumping all around. Now we're in the fives, 550, 575, getting close to $600. 650. So you can see I'm just kind of waiting on this. I want to change that stop loss. We're about to breach 700, and then I catch 750 on the P&L, but I wait a second. Let it push again, and then you can see right here, I'm going to pause for a second. It popped up above 750 on the P&L, got close to 800. I moved my stop loss to 50 cents, which would be a 2R profit for me. So right now, I'm in the driver's seat because I've locked in the profit, and now I'm just hanging out, waiting for it to continue to the upside. If it wants to continue beyond 2R, I'm all good with it. I'm going to play it bar by bar, hoping for this to possibly turn into a monster. So it pops up. I think I get up to, there's 750 on the P&L. We get up to almost 800 on the P&L. It looks like it wants to run and set a new high, but it just keeps lingering. It doesn't really push. It sags, pushes, sags, pushes, and then ultimately right there, you can see I got stopped out. So close to $600 on that one. So with the loser on the downside, winner on the upside, always keeping those winners bigger than the losers, put me up 1R for the day. And I know that doesn't sound all that exciting. I'm going to flip back over here. Not super exciting for that trade, but because it is just 1R, but it's good to stay green and it's good to follow your mechanics. So my plan on this was exactly what I did in that trade, and it carried through, provided profit, and now we're kind of moving on. So what I did want to jump into real quick was just to take a look at this and show you on the 15-minute time frame for AMD. Let me get into some of the comments real quick. You're right, Matt Hoosie and Dixit. Green is green. 417 Alta Vista, good to see you here. System perfectly played, even with a losing trade. Thank you. And there's Ahmad. Ahmad, I love it. You did a similar on TQQQ today. Let's see what you said. Did you say $50? Matt Hoosie, was that a $50 profit you picked up? That's awesome. Good morning to you as well. Good morning. How are things in Raleigh this morning? So if I zoom in on this, you can see this was the candle where I took my position, and it ended up stopping me out, came all the way back. But as you can see, it ended up topping out at a high of 93.58. So it did give me about $1. And so what's interesting about that is $1 profit would have been 4R. So it's tough when you leave money on the table. 4R would have been a $1,200 winner this morning. So I ended up leaving about half the money on the table, and I'm okay with it because I followed my plan. It's okay. Trading, hindsight trading is amazing because, you know, we make all the money in the world in our hindsight trading account. So it's pretty funny when these things happen because it just makes you kind of ache a little bit inside. But yeah, ultimately a good trade. It never ended up taking out those highs again. So it did drop. It pushed back up close. It got close to 93.50, or right at a high of 93.50, and then sold off again. It's sort of struggling within this range. So that was kind of my play on AMD, plus 1R. Going to see if anyone has any questions. Yeah, you're right. Giorgiola, yes, it did play out like it should. I followed the plan. I tried to stick with it, and I feel pretty good about it. It's always good to follow the plan. Make sure your mechanics are solid. With my mechanics, it says you got to get to 2.5R before you can move your stop loss to 2R. And then from there, I would have followed bar by bar on the way up. So if I wouldn't have gotten stopped out, I would have moved my stop loss to the low of the next candle that comes out. And as long as I don't get stopped after that, I would move my stop loss to the next candle after that and just continue to the upside. Because like I say, and you guys probably get tired of hearing me say this, every month there's a handful of monsters. You don't know where in the calendar they're going to be, but they're going to pop up and you want to be along for the ride. And the strategy I've implemented, while only giving me 1 hour today, on days when that monster shows up and momentum is in my favor, it's going to allow me to basically go along for the entire ride. And when I say entire ride, I sometimes mean anywhere from 8 to 14R, which would be a massive day. That would, make most of your month. Manhusian Dixit says, are there days that I will lose trades on both long and short? Manhusian, yeah, I'm trying to find the stats on that, but you're 100% correct. Yes, I do lose on the up and the down at times. It's not super often, but I have had a cluster. I think 1 month I had 6 in a row that I lost both. Kind of a strange occurrence, but it absolutely happens. You don't know what's lurking. Some people might say, if you lose on one side, don't take the other. But the problem is, what if the other is a hidden whale, a hidden monster ready to roll? You just don't want to get into that. You want to be able to catch everything that's going on. So you can see I just flipped my account over. You can see my profit on that last trade. It was a good one, and it's always good to win on the long side. My metrics are better on the short side than the long side. So anytime I win on the long side, I get excited. Let's see, 417 Alta Vista. If you wouldn't justifiably change anything in your strategy, then there's no regret. You're exactly right. No regret, no shame from today. Smaller green day for me. I love it. It's perfect. I'm sitting in my pajamas in my office while it's snowing outside, and I am good with that. Let's see. So 417 Alta Vista saying, I wish there was a way to place 2 trades on the same account and ticker for a long and a short. I know. That's tough. It requires 2 different margin accounts. You could have 2 margin accounts with 2 different brokers. That's one way to do it. If you want to have one account in your spouse's name, on TD Ameritrade allows you to trade, I think it's 10 separate accounts all linked together. So you could have friends and family's accounts that you can link to with their approval, and it'll allow you to trade their accounts as well. So, you could do it that way as well. But as far as my metrics go, I will say the short side has a higher win rate than the long side for opening range breakouts in this sort of scenario with AMD. So any other questions for anyone? I don't want to keep you guys too long. I just wanted to review my trades for the day, and I wanted to see how everybody else did, answer any questions if you had them, and thank you all again for attending the live stream on Sunday. I really appreciate all those super chats yesterday. I know that PayPal wasn't working, so hopefully PayPal's up again now and for the next live stream, so that anyone that wants to hit that $ button in the chat and donate to the channel, I greatly appreciate it, and it really helps. So I want to thank everybody for that. You're welcome for the recap. I'm so glad you guys were attending. I hope the stream quality was good. I hope that it wasn't choppy, and I hope the sound is good. I'm going to watch the replay once it hits the YouTube server, which should be pretty soon, and then I can see how the quality was. Giorgiola, sorry you missed the Sunday live stream. You were at a birthday party. No problem at all. No problem. Oh, and there's EV Trades. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad the stream quality is good. Yeah, the stream quality was really bizarre on Sunday. I finally got the settings figured out, and I think we're going to be good to go now. If this is a smooth stream, I'm going to be pretty excited. Oh, thank you. 417 Alta Vista, $5 super chat. You were very kind. I so appreciate that. Thank you. You guys are amazing. These live streams, I've almost considered doing all live streams because you guys are so interactive and so generous. Putting content behind a subscription wall is one way to support a channel, and it's one thing I could do for the channel, but it's nice keeping all the content open and free for everyone so that you get a bigger swath of people. But then that relies on super chats and stuff, to help the channel as far as buying equipment and just taking time out of the day to put all this together. There's a lot of editing and a lot of extra work that goes into it. So anytime anyone puts a super chat in, I don't care what the amount is, I so appreciate it, and I thank you for every single one of them. So wonderful. Anybody got any questions? Any other issues come up today? Anything else you want to talk about before we wrap things up? Got the live recap on AMD. It was a great day. We're green. We followed the mechanics. Nothing to be ashamed of. We'll move on into tomorrow, and we'll see if this momentum kind of continues. AMD's had pretty good movement. It's kind of committed to one direction at times and done a nice job of pushing and kind of giving me that one and done trade so that I can take my profits and be done for the day after one simple trade. EV trades, you do anything today? And EV Trade said higher frames per second. Yeah, we're at 60 right now on the channel stream. So hopefully that'll keep the stream quality up. Just scrolling through comments real quick just to see if anybody has any other questions. Otherwise, we'll probably wrap things up. It's so great to see everybody this morning. Still got 11 people in the chat. What I might do real quick is just flip over to my chart, and I'm actually going to pop in and look at, I don't know what you guys are trading this morning. I'm going to flip over to the daily chart. I just want to take a look at Workhorse. I don't know if anybody's trading Workhorse. I've actually got sort of swing long-term investing positions in here, sort of those EV plays, and I know EV Trades is in the chat, so I want to know what you're up to. Oh no, EV Trades at the dentist. Yeah, 417 Alta Vista. Will I be doing a monthly P&L recap? Absolutely. I'm going to be breaking down my entire month for December, and I'll do that right after the new year and get you guys a full filtered recap on what happened in December. I'm going to give you the number of trades, total profit per trade, and then I'm also going to give you how many R's I made in that month. So my R value right now is $300. So I'm going to go ahead and break that down and give you R's so that you can sort of say, okay, well, if you were risking $100 R, what would I have made? Or what if I'm risking $1,000 R? What would I have made? I just want to let you know, just so you can have some reference on that. Let's see. EV is a nickname. Oh, interesting. So EV Trades is EV Trades. I gotcha. So you're not talking electrical vehicle trades. That's funny. I've got Workhorse on the screen and also Ride. This is Lordstown Motors. This is another one that I'm interested in. Just kind of keeping a close eye on that. So yeah, just going to watch a few stocks today. Look for some other possible, maybe longer term trades. Just kind of checking a few things out here. But any other questions from anybody? I'm just going to looking at Twitter. Twitter's been sort of a crazy one. I actually sold my position in Twitter right before it popped, so that's fun. Let's see what else we got here. Let's look at AMD right now on the daily time frame. Oh, is doing a nice job pressing up. I actually sold a naked put in AMD for any of you that options trade out there, and it might be time to take that off today at some point. That looks really, really nice. It's having a nice big update. Sold a naked put into this down move, and then we've had 3 days of up. So we should be getting a decrease in volatility, which should help my short premium put, and we'll see if we can take that off. I so appreciate everyone being here. Thank you so much. I don't want to chew up any more of your time. If you have questions, comment below. Drop them in here right now in the chat, and I can answer it real quick. If not, I think I'm going to wrap things up, and we'll see you guys all tomorrow. These were trades number 114 and 115. One thing I'm trying to do going into the new year is log all my trades and just make sure you guys can see every single trade I take for the year, because it's in a YouTube format. It's a video. I make a video around every trade is what I want to do. All right, 417 Alta Vista, enjoy the dentist, and we'll talk to everybody later. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you, Giorgiola. I appreciate that. Awesome. Thank you so very much. That's a kind comment. 417 Alta Visa, thanks for the super chat. We'll talk to you all tomorrow. Have a great one.